So normally, if you have to work out an ionic formula, you check the periodic table. So everything in group 1 is 1 plus, everything in group 2 is 2 plus, everything in group 3 is 3 plus, everything in group 7 is 1 minus, group 6 is 2 minus. Okay. In this worksheet, they've already given you all the charges, so I'll show you how easy it is. LiF is 1 and 1, so it will just be LiF. Lithium and chlorine is also 1 plus and a 1 minus, so they bond easily. So it's just LiCl.
So let's say Na1 plus and F1 minus would just be NaF.
Exactly. Because sodium wants to lose an electron, fluorine wants to gain an electron. So they'll bond like 1 to 1. And then sodium chloride as well. Like some of them you might just know from memory, like sodium chloride is NaCl. Potassium and fluorine is a 1 to 1. Potassium wants to lose an electron, fluorine wants to gain an electron. So they will bond just 1 to 1. And now let's try lithium oxide. Lithium wants to lose an electron, oxygen wants to gain 2 electrons. But the key is we swap the numbers. If oxygen has a 2 on it, lithium gets the 2. Lithium has 1, so oxygen is 1. So Li2O. What about lithium sulfate?
Li2S.
Yep. Next one.
Li3N.
Yep.
Lip3.
Nope.
Wait, no. Li. Wait, what? 3P. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I heard it wrong when you said it wrong. Next one. Sodium oxide.
Na2O.
Yeah, you just cross the numbers, that's literally. Okay. Now, if we work on the ionic bonds, let's just do one more quickly. So what about Mg and N, magnesium nitrate?
Mg. And wait, what were?
There.
Mg. So it'd be 2 Mg. Will we put a 2 at the front?
No, not at the front.
Mg 2 and 3.
Other way, Mg3 and 2.
Wait, what?
You always swap the numbers, that's the rule. So the 3 charge goes to the Mg. Basically, what does magnesium want to do? It wants to gain how many?
Wait, doesn't magnesium want to lose 2?
Yeah, sorry, magnesium wants to lose 2 electrons.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how much does nitrogen want to gain? So if magnesium wants to and nitrogen wants to gain 3, yeah, then there has to be 3 of this and 2 of this, so that 6 electrons can be transferred. It's like in maths when you work out the lowest common factor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there'll be 6 electrons going from magnesium to nitrogen. But the hack is just to always swap the numbers, just don't forget that. So let's try the diagram for a couple of these. We'll just do a few more quickly. So what about aluminium chloride?
Al1F3.
Yep. What about magnesium sulfide? This one.
Mg2S2.
Yep, but then we can just say MgS because it's 2 and 2 can get simplified to Mg.
Yeah.
What about beryllium nitride?
What's that? Wait.
Be and nitrogen.
Be3 N2.
Good. Let's do the diagram now. So let's do a diagram for sodium oxide. So let's do it for this one. Okay. Wait, let's start easy. So we'll do this one. So fluorine's in group 7, right? And lithium's in group 1.
Yep.
This one goes over here. So this forms a 1 plus and this forms a 1 minus. Happy with that?
Yep.
Let's do it for sodium oxide now. No, let's do it for magnesium oxide, which is MgO. Okay. So how would magnesium look?
It would
How many electrons on the outer shell?
2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then how about oxygen? It's in group 6.
Wait. 2. No.
It's in group 6.
6.
And then what would happen?
Magnesium would give 2 to oxygen. So it would be a +2 and then oxygen would be a -2.
2 plus and 2 minus.
Yeah.
Good. So remember, ionic is about transfer of electrons, okay? Now let's do the ones where the numbers are different. So let's do it for lithium oxide. So lithium's group 1, but I have to do 2 of them, don't I? And oxygen's group 6, so how many electrons does oxygen have?
Wait. Which one?
Oxygen's group 6.
Yeah, so it has 6 electrons.
And lithium is group 1, so it has how many?
1. Let's do 3. No. Wait, what?
Group 1, group 1. Lithium's group 1.
Yeah, so it has 1 on this.
Good. And there's 2 of them, right?
Yep.
Now what happens?
Lithium still has to give from both shells, you have to give to oxygen.
From both lithiums.
Yeah.
That becomes a 2 minus, 1 plus, and 1 plus. Yeah. Can you try? Can you try that one? MgCO2.
MgCl2.
Yep.
That one.
Magnesium's group 1, group 2. So what you did was you did Mg, which has 2 electrons. Chlorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's 2 of them. And each of them gains 1 of the electrons, which gets crossed out from here. That becomes a 2 plus, and then that becomes a minus. Yeah. And this worksheet's good because it tells you the numbers, but it's really not hard if it doesn't tell you. You just have to remember, like, you have to do that first, that small bit first. So magnesium, I'll check the group. It's in group 2. So what would its charge be?
Plus the -2. +2.
Hmm. Wait. Is magnesium group 2?
Yeah, I think you said that.
Yeah, it is. And oxygen's group 6, so what would that one be?
Minus.
2 minus. So then that's just MgO because it's the same charge. Bromine's group 7. And then copper, if it says it in brackets, that's the charge. So it's 1 plus. Like that's 2 plus because it has it in brackets. You'll learn that later in like topic 4. The brackets tells you the charge for transition metals because those can have random charges. Bromine's group 7, so what's bromine's charge?
-1.
So, and iodine is also group 7, so it's 1 minus. So what would the answer be for copper bromide? C, copper C,
So what's
Br.
also CBr.
Yeah. And then what about the next one? Iodine is just I. I don't know what PB. I don't know what tin is. I think no PB's lead. I don't know. Just say it. Just pretend it's like T or something.
T. Wait, since it's 2, would it be
Does a 2 go on the tin or the iodine? Iodide.
iodine because it's what?
Yeah. So IG. I don't know what tin is. I need to check. Yeah. And then you just have to remember the periodic table. So group 1. You just have to remember that, yeah? How the group numbers are and the charges of them. And then the transition metals will be given in brackets like that. Okay?
Mhm.
Can you do calcium chloride? So they can either ask you to do the diagram or they can ask you to describe it. So for the diagram, I would start with calcium, which is in group 2. And I'll do chlorine, which is in group 7. Also, I know that calcium is Ca, and then that's 1 minus. So you have to cross the numbers over. So we know it's CaCl2. So I have to do 2 chlorines. Yeah, you have to know that by yourself for the harder questions. Sometimes they might tell you. Then I would have probably done the first diagram with a pencil so I can rub this out and rub this out. That becomes a 2 plus. And then they go over there. So that becomes a 1 minus. And then that becomes a 1 minus as well. That's the complete diagram. The second question they can ask you is in terms of words. So they'll say, describe the bonding between calcium and chlorine. Okay. So I would say calcium loses 2 electrons and forms a 2 plus ion. That's 2 marks just for saying that. Because it's equivalent to the diagram, which is 4 marks. You're saying how many electrons it lost and what ion it formed. Chlorine gained 1 electron and formed a 1 minus ion. There are 2 chlorines as well, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if it asks for the types of bond, it's an ionic lattice. And there's strong electrostatic attraction between opposite ions. Okay, that's all you need to know.